Helsinki.
Hi.
You gotta speak a little close to the mic.
Hi. I'm Emily Aro, and I'm bidding for Helsinki for 2015. This is kind of recent. Finnish fandom has been talking about running whether we should, and then recently when and how we're going to be running a Worldcon, or at least bidding for one, that is. And yeah, about last week Wednesday we about I think 9:30 a.m. Chicago time, I was on top of the Hancock Tower and called up a couple. It's 8 hours difference from between here and Finland, so you can only talk in the morning. So apologies if we're not, presenting quite as well as the Spokane and the Orlando bids are yet. Hence, the not very professional appearance of our bid table and not being able to throw a party for you guys at this convention. But yeah, Finnish fandom, you might not know this, but Finnish fandom is kind of huge. Our national convention, the FinCon, it's gotten a little smaller in recent years because we dropped the Finnish AnimeCon from it, so it's only about 4,000 people, the last one. The next one in Helsinki is probably going to be at least maybe 5,000 or 6,000 people. This is from a country of about 5.5 million people, so in other words, 0.1% of the population shows up. In other words, I'm trying to say we have the organizational knowledge for how to run Finnish events of this size. And outside of just the Finnish fandom people helping to run this Worldcon, I'm getting a lot of interest from other Finnish SF fans that are not so much into the fandom, but are into organizing events of the size of Worldcon, and even bigger, that are getting active on the bid. And I've been talking with a lot of people here, a lot of you guys, that might be interested in helping to run a Worldcon in Helsinki. I think I'm going to leave it open for question now. We do have a bid table downstairs. I'll be happy to answer questions for you there that I don't get to now. I think Jeff was first.
Will the sun go down at all during the convention?
Yes. Helsinki would be the northernmost Worldcon ever. We're about 60 degrees north. We're not quite at the polar circle. However, 1/3 of Finland is. So if you do come to a Finnish Worldcon, you might want to go and visit Lapland, the very north of Finland, where the sun will not set. Glenn.
So, I know that there's been some jokes and some questions, but this is actually serious. As you may know, I live in California. Okay, we now know that London will be in 2014 in London, right? So, for those of us who are North American fans and not of infinite budget, I'm trying to figure out how it would be economical to go to Finland the year after London. Do you have...
Spend the year in London.
Even quite right. There are many people who go out and I think they really deserve credit for their dedication to fandom. He's quite right, and he's what he does is a tribute. But there are many people who are within North America who have not quite so much budget, and I'm wondering what what I'm leading into here is what are costs of flights like, what are costs of hotel rooms like, and so on.
Cost.
I was asked by Glenn about the cost of travel and of accommodation, especially given the proximity to the London bid.
Not a bid anymore.
True.
Old habits, like
not say anything about the hotel rates for now because we've not started really talking with any hotels yet. We've got 2 sites that we got to look at in Helsinki. One of them I called up and kind of pre-booked for us. We have a good relationship with them. The other one we're going to have to discuss a bit more with. And both of those are going to have different set of hotels nearby them and different prices, of course. It's not going to be as cheap, I think, as North American bids could do with hotels. And travel, of course, is not going to be as cheap. But, on the other hand, this isn't something that is going to make a big difference for people voting maybe so much in San Antonio, in Texas, and coming to the Worldcon in Texas. But the Worldcon, I figure, could do with being more world.
Yes.
In my opinion, one of the best ways of doing that is being able to be in London and tell all the European fans that are interested in Worldcon and might, come to London, hi, you should come to this thing again next year in Helsinki. Because for you, it's a longer distance to come there. But you can kind of see here that there aren't that many European fans around. I think there should be. And the only way you can get them to come to Worldcons, even in Chicago, San Antonio, or elsewhere, is by getting them to come to one first. And if Worldcon comes nearby, and comes then again nearby.
Yeah.
Why did you choose 2015, which is already a contested year, versus 2016, which is uncontested, or 2018, which is currently unbid?
I was asked why 2015. 2016, because Kansas City is there already. It's not an uncontested year. 2017, there's been rumblings, and now there are 2 candidates for that. 2018 is, I think, kind of silent.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Oh yeah, New Orleans. And you're right, 2015 does have other bids running for it as well. The short and slightly mercenary answer to this is that we think we can win. And there must be a reason why I'm getting so much support for doing this. I think we made the right choice. If we don't win 2015, we're not going to stop there though. We'll try again sometime later. But I can't.
For an earlier year.
I think we'll really only have time for maybe 2 more questions.
Just this one.
Well,
Will all the programming be in Finnish?
Of course, we're in Finland. No, we're bidding to run a Worldcon, and that's in English. We will probably have a track, at least, in Finnish, but it's an English language convention, in my opinion.
You might want to mention how many of you speak English.
Oh, yeah, we kind of all do. We run a small convention that we run with for actual fans, as opposed to, just fandom, is a English language convention.
As you've stated before, but not here, the Finnish National Convention has no admission charge because of the grants you get. I'm presuming you do expect to have to charge membership costs to a Worldcon. Is that correct? Do you want to go into some detail on that, maybe?
Yes, about FinCons are free membership. This is one of the main ways we managed to keep Finnish fandom so big and so young and so on. Worldcons are not free membership. And I think even if we could get by getting grants and figuring out ways of cutting corners, get a Worldcon-sized type event organized with free membership in Finland, which is probably actually doable. I don't think that would be a Worldcon. We're not bidding to do that. We're bidding to run a Worldcon. And that, part of that, I think kind of requires people to put down at least a few quid.
Wrong country.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have